Hi, today I want to talk about some useful rocket spots on effic duel maps. Now obviously this won't work against every opponent, but in the first couple minutes of a duel where you don't really have an idea of what your opponent is trying to do, you play like in a neutral way that would cover a lot of options and a lot of common positions that people tend to go for. And for that, these rocket spots are really good and useful. So say you are here and you know your opponent is back there behind this, like on the ground there. They can, if they are hiding behind this, a good spot to rocket is this wall. This back wall will hit them standing here and not coming out unless they're very close to it, in which case you can also just shoot this thing instead. Alternatively, if you know that they're going to come out, you can preemptively put one here as well. This puts you further in a spot where they will see you sooner, and also if you go that far they can shoot this wall without seeing you and without being seen. So ideally you want to stay away from that if you are anticipating them being there. If you're in the middle and they are in the house, obviously you can cover the exit here if they come out. But also a good spot is the wall, because they will likely want to see as much as possible from here. If they know that you're around here, you know, back there, then they might pop out all the way to see into this space, and from there you can safely hit this inner wall there. Now a very common spawn in Turbine is inside the house, and a lot of players will just run out, which is usually not good, especially if you're down here. They just die to MG immediately, right? But a lot of the time they will run out immediately and you see them here and you shoot a rocket which will either miss them completely or fall short in front of them. You can counteract that by shooting at the wall at the door entrance. Another good one is this back wall here. If you anticipate them coming out of the door here, shooting here won't do anything, but if you can shoot at the doorway, like here or here, that will hit them. If they are on top and you are not on top, there are enough spots to not get hit. So if they stand here, then shooting there won't hit them. If they stand back, then shooting at the edge won't hit them. But you have to try both of them, basically. You have to force them to make the correct decision on where you're gonna put the rocket. Alternatively, you can put a grenade on top and pressure them that way as well. Another one, very common, if you spawn here and they spawn down there, a lot of players will want to go up the stairs to see you, which is when you rocket right here and hit them as they come up. Now on OT, there are a couple great spots. So a very common spawn is down there, and a lot of the time, so you basically need to figure out when they spawn down there, do they take the teleport or do they come out the door? I mean, there's a secret third thing where they don't do either and just stay. Obviously waiting is also always an option, so they can delay doing it and try to surprise you if you go for the other option. But most of the time they will come out on top or come out the door. If you kill someone while you're in this position, and based on the habit that you've tracked of the opponent and you say he's not gonna take the teleport, you can preemptively put a rocket here. Another common thing that I've noticed that people do all the time on OT is when they're behind this thing, obviously they can come out the left, but if they come out the right, they rarely go here. They are very likely to take the ramp. And if you shoot at the middle of the ramp, you cover basically the entirety of it. And even if they come out in front of the ramp, this covers it too. What I like to do is when they take their time coming out is to pressure them out by covering both options at once. Of course, the answer to this, to not getting hit there, is to just retreat into the room. Another common thing I see is when the opponent is behind this box trying to rifle you. There is a world where you're ahead, you're confident, you can hit those rifles, you'll just challenge them, right? That works. But it's a gamble, and it's harder to hit from up here than it is to hit from down there because they're covered by the box. And a lot of the time, they will want to stay there. If you approach, they can go left, here, they can take the jump pad, or they can go to the right. And in case they don't do either of them, that's basically you winning. Because you put a grenade here, you put a rocket there, they get hit, no matter what. Although you do have to watch out and not just straight run at them, because then, you know, then you just get bodied. But ideally, what I like to do is when people, another common thing is when they play behind the pillars, depending on where you are, they might come out the ramp instead of going from left to right or right to left. If they come from here, through there, down here, the best thing you can do is shoot the pillar itself. That catches them on the way out. Another common spawn is after you kill someone and you're up here, that they spawn down there. And if you're here, you break the line of sight, and a lot of the time, the players will want to come up, especially if they want to clean up the kill that they just missed. They will want to come up and finish the kill, and you just completely block them off by grenading the ramp. Now, obviously they can just go somewhere else, rifle you from down here or whatever, but this works surprisingly often for me, to just cover this. And then if they react to it, they will want to walk away, which is how you basically turn it into an entire kill by just cutting off their escape as well. Now, obviously, once again, they don't have to play this, they don't have to play into that, they can just leave. I don't like to just think about my answer to this hypothetical situation. I also like to take it a little bit further and then give an answer to my answer. Because there's always options. It's not like you ever checkmate a guy in a 3D game. Alternatively, you shouldn't be too locked into the spawn down there, because if you kill someone here and you're like, okay, they'll spawn down there, and then you look here, but then there's another spawn that's here. You're looking away, you die. Academy is a more complex map. It's a little more involved, but it has a couple spots that work really well. One of the most common spawns in Academy is down here, and most of the time people will want to exit out here. If you can't get punished for putting a rocket here after you kill someone, you might just get rewarded by them just spawning right there. Another good one is this general area. This here a little closer to the exit there. And then if they tend to take the stairs up, just put it here. If they're in there and they will come out of this side, it's also very easily punished. You can hit rockets underneath these things if they take the platforms here. But my personal favorite on this map is, it's kind of like, I don't know why, but most players, when they take this jump pad, they will come out here. They will take the jump pad and exit to the right. So as soon as I hit that jump pad, my rockets go there. Because they, most of the time, they will come out there. And then take free damage. Another good thing to know is that when they take this teleport and they come out here, you can shoot a rocket here at the ceiling. Alternatively, here, under it. But then you need to be really precise with the timing. One of the best spots to camp is the teledist. And if they don't take the teleport, where they will be, go shoot at the teleport. This rocket is not that good because it won't hit them if they jump from here to the platform. So you have to be a little higher up to aim at the middle of the platform, like here. If you're down here and you know they're going to be coming from the side, it's likely that they will take this take this ramp, because positionally this would be a better place to be. If the opponent is down there, you would rather be up here than down here. So the obvious thing is to get them on the high ground. Obviously the mix-up is to just go down instead, but based on habits you can suss that out and then punish accordingly. Important to make use of the splash damage through the platform by shooting under it. You can hit them from below, barely, but it is possible. There are so many placements for rockets that will reward you heavily because there is not much space in these small corridors for you to dodge them, unless you dodge into an entirely different position. Some very good ones are, if they're coming from here to here, you catch them with this one. Alternatively, this also works from the other side. If they go up the stairs and don't take the teleport, you can get them here. Another very important one is to catch them if they took this teleport, or if they just walked there. You can cover most of the positions by shooting at both at the same time. This rocket on the wall catches them taking the stairs. Alternatively, the grenade will hit them down there. And you can also even shoot at the back wall from here, although that's not very practical. The most important rocket spots on Frozen are, if they take the jump pad to come up, hit this wall. If they walk out and go straight, hit this wall, it will hit them. If they're coming from here, this corner is good to hit. And also, just flood this place with grenades, basically. If you're down here, a good place to hit rockets is here. They come through the teleporter and they go right, you get them here. If they don't go right, if they go straight, then first they can't hit you immediately, which gives you time to block where they will want to be. And if you successfully stop them from going where they want to, which is basically here to have the high ground to shoot you with, there's a good chance they will come back out here and then you hit them again with this one. Or they come out behind the box, which is where you will just gun them down, or you take the teleport and get them this way. I'm not talking about simplicity or memento because I think these maps suck.